I've always wondered if I can put my parts limit to the test. So that's what I did over the last couple of weeks. Today we're going to be looking at 3 mocks that I created. One that I created in 5 minutes, one that I created in 50 minutes, and one that I created in 50 hours. So here's all 3. Just to give a brief overview, this one has some smugglers on speeder bikes. This one has Anakin and Ahsoka and Captain Rex at like a public outpost. And this is a scene from Andor. Now let's take a look at all of them individually. So here we have the 5-minute mock. We have these 2 people on speeder bikes, and I believe I said they were smugglers earlier, but they really aren't. We're gonna take the speeder bikes out, take a look at those. We just took a whole bunch of green. We built a frame out of 2 6x12s and added foliage on top of it, as well as two posts for the speeder bikes to rest on. But let's take a look at the speeder. So the first speeder bike we have here is this Ringleader's speeder bike. It has a main directional thing, and the steering ports are gravity, so gravity works with them and they are always upright. In the back, we have 4 engines, and we used a cool building technique where we take a Technic piece and clip it onto a bracket to build that back dorsal wing. And then we have the leader of the group. I really took inspiration for this from this mock from the Infus Nest smugglers in Solo. So we have the First Order Jet Trooper helmet here on this person, and if we take that off, we have a green alien head and a big staff / spear. The other speeder bike here is much simpler. It's just a whole bunch of plate put together, and then you have a wing and a steering panel. We have another smuggler here that has a jetpack and a generic clone trooper face, even though they're not a clone trooper. And in the back here, we have 3 engines that are pushing the speeder bike. Overall, I feel like I did a really good job on this mock. It was hard to add details in different places because this was the last mock I built, so I had very, very limited supplies. And it just came together really nicely. I really like how the speeder bikes come out of the edge of the platform, and it feels more 3-dimensional, not just constrained to this little 12x12 space. For the second mock here, we have a Republic outpost on Scarif. You can see Captain Rex riding his speeder bike over the beaches. We have a clone cadet over here accessing the control tower. And then we have a big, vast open space where who knows what's going on is going to go on. In the corner down here on the beach, we have Anakin and Ahsoka talking. And so, yeah. The Clone Cadet came from the 2025 Training on Camino gift with purchase on May the 4th. And then this is just made using a whole bunch of 4x6 plates. What do we say? 8? I think it's 8. Oh, and a 4x4 plate. I believe this is a 16x16 mock. Let me count here. Yeah. 16x16. And it was interesting to build because with Captain Rex's speeder bike, we had to get the water correct just so that the water was not, it didn't look like there was nothing coming out from behind the water, so we have that white there. The speeder bike came from the 2020 Snowtrooper Battle Pack on Hoth, and it was released with the ATST that came out that same year. So, yeah. Is the 50-hour mock. Now, this may not look like it took 50 hours, but it did, and I spent a lot of time working on this. It's almost entirely made out of dark gray 4x6s. So yeah, let's just unpiece it. This is a representation of Andor and Luthen's meeting on Coruscant. It doesn't really matter which one it is. It's at night and it's on Coruscant. On the bottom level here, we have the 501st Clone Trooper that we saw in Andor that was living in the Urscrew district of Coruscant, along with some junk that he calls his home. We have a door here. You can see the handle right there. Sorry, my finger's pointing at it. Yeah, then another door as well as these tree things. In the front here, we have a little garden that just adds some color to the underlevels of Coruscant. Up top, we have Luthen Rael and Andor, as well as R2-D2. Well, not necessarily R2-D2, an astromech droid. Over on this side, we have a Yeti pushing a Wookiee off the edge of the balcony there. So, just a small little Easter egg. Here we have the speeder bike from the Ambush on Ferrix set, which is where we got the Luthen Rael minifigure. But the Andor minifigure comes from set 75399, the Rebel U-Wing Starfighter. This is a great little speeder bike, especially as it has the whips to represent electrical wires, and it can fit both Luthen and Andor on the same bike. These little rail pieces on the bottom here make it perfect for setting up on this strip of tile that we have here, so it can just slide in and sit there. If we remove that again, you can see this landing strip for the speeder bike. It's lit up and it has a control panel. And then we just have greeblings that you would find on Coruscant here. We have some turbines and other turbines, and then just little greebling. And here we have some weapons and a flag. Over in this corner, as mentioned before, we have R2-D2. We have some more pipes and grates, and we have this little piece of greebling. Now, it may not look like it took 50 hours and it's just a big blob, but it does incorporate some really cool building techniques. If we pull out this tree flower thing here, this is actually two 1x8s with grill tiles on the outside to create these dark gray strips. They're also over here on this side. Once again, we have dark gray strips on the outside. There's a lot of grill tiles that I use because I have an overflow of those. But it's not just solid brick. If we turn to here, we can find the inside of Andor's apartment that we see in Season 1 and 2. He has a light and he has a table, and it's cleanly tiled off. And we achieved this stair-step effect here, well, because I needed to, because here you can see the filler brick in the back. So I took a 1x6 and added a grill tile and two of these little visor pieces, and it just slides back there behind the snot frame. If we keep rotating, you can see what makes this a not only 50-hour build, but also a heavy build, is all of this filler, and we have to have different plate levels to make room for the brackets to hold up the side panels and this side panel. But also it has to support the roof up here, and you can see the roof is bowing a little bit, but that's fine. Another thing I really like about this MOC is this roof panel comes two studs out farther than the bottom, and we did that by using a light gray 16x16 base plate, you could say. But yeah, and then there's this whole level of brick that's just used building filler. Overall, these MOCs were really fun to create. It was fun adding all of the detail in the 50-hour build, as well as in the 50-minute build. The 5-minute build was a little bit lacking on detail, and I probably could have added some more foliage, but I only had 5 minutes, so there's that. I really enjoyed using all the different minifigures I had from intermediate phase, early Imperial era, to the Republic era to just random civilian minifigures that I had laying around. Thank you guys for watching. It was really fun to create this video. If you want to see where the rest of my parts collection is, I will be releasing a video about that hopefully in the next few days. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to try to post more often than once every 3 months. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Jar Jar Bricks Studios. Thank you. Goodbye.